many viewers because I've been unactive for quite some time now. Haven't had storage space. This is the first time I've been able to go live with this new channel. I don't know if they updated their terms and conditions or their policies or whatever happened, but I just wanted to give an update. So y'all know, y'all my followers, my subscribers, y'all know that I had Charitable Miracle Farm, I had Charitable Miracle Beekeepers. Before that, it was the Love Thy Neighborhood Garden Project. Some of y'all know about my personal life and what I've been going through, and a lot of y'all know that I've been advocating the kingdom of heaven, teaching about the literal kingdom of heaven, teaching about how to become reborn in the legal sense, how to become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, how to get grafted into the new covenant, the New Testament, which Jesus Christ is surety of as a trustee. And I've been teaching about God-given rights and etc. Well, I've put a lot of that on hold. I haven't been doing any of that for quite some time. Um, I've my life has changed drastically. Some of y'all know about the sabotage of my banana plantation. Currently, I have about 75 banana plants going on right now, or that are actually doing pretty good, coming back to life. I got Carolina Kings and Blue Hava ice cream bananas. My landlord told me we had a verbal agreement, a verbal contract, a handshake deal. He told me that I could start a chicken farm. And then once I got the chicken farm going, uh right when it started to become profitable, he uh he made me get rid of all my chickens, and he told me that if I didn't, that I would be kicked out, and that if I did get rid of the chickens, then I would be able to stay. About a month or two after I got rid of the chickens, he told me, or he gave us a notice in the mail, certified registered mail, that the lease was that he wasn't going to allow me to live here anymore. So he basically screwed me. I had to sell the chicken farm. I lost several thousands of dollars. I had a certain amount of time to get rid of the chickens, or else I would have had to kill him because he was threatening to kick me out. And he had me under the impression that if I got rid of the chickens, this is my new car, by the way. I was under the impression that if I got rid of the chickens, that I would be able to keep my residence, the place that I'm living at right now. But he lied, and my landlord is actually a reverend. He's a reverend, and it's crazy. I'm not going to go into the details too much right now about the reverend and how it ties into some past things that happened to me, who he's affiliated with and associated with. But he screwed me. He made me get rid of my chicken farm. I have a criminal record, bad credit, and I was self-employed as a beekeeper and a farmer. And as you can see, the chicken coop area, there's no longer any chickens back there because he made me get rid of them. I still got the banana plants in the front that I just showed you. And these beehives, the neighbor to that side of me, they decided to spray a bunch of pesticides. So all of my bees died, and this is the few hives that's left. The two on both sides, they actually don't have bees. This one right here is the only one with bees in it. And I caught that. That was a swarm from they're cutting trees down the road, and the swarm was back there in those woods. I had to. It was a very dangerous job that I had to do because they were high up in the tree. There is some concrete that's been dumped back there in the woods. I put the ladder up on the concrete, and the ladder was wobbly. Only one leg was actually firm, and the other three legs were just kind of like leaning up against crooked rocks and stuff. It was crazy. But so currently I'm looking for a new job. I'm also looking for a new place to live, and a lot of places aren't wanting to hire me because of my past record before I changed my life, and so there's the jobs ain't wanting to hire me, and and the landlords that I'm looking at, like new houses to rent and stuff like that, they're looking at my credit, and for some reason, people would rather you work for someone else and be employed by another company than to own your own business or whatever, right? So a couple months ago, I started an LLC called Street Chow Mafia for a mobile food business. And after all this stuff that happened with the landlord and having to sell my chicken farm and all that good stuff, and a couple of other things that went bad, I couldn't buy the food cart that I was gonna get. So that kind of went south. I spent a lot of money opening up that LLC and joining buyer clubs and different things like that. So everything, I feel kind of hopeless, but you know, I've been in worse situations than this before. Might have to sell my banana plants also, and it's just I'm kind of feeling down. I really don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I do know that I talked to Tried It One Stop, and they told me that I could get free CDL training, right? And so I'm gonna look into that because as y'all know, truck driving is an essential job and it pays decently, and I could become a productive member of society again. It feels kind of crappy not being a farmer or a beekeeper right now because I feel kind of like I've got idle hands, and I don't feel very productive right now, and it doesn't feel good. As a man, it feels manly to have a job and be providing for your family and etc. And right now I'm kind of running out of money. I gotta I don't really want to work for low wages and stuff like that, but right now I kind of have to. I got an offer to work at a gas station for $10 an hour, and it looks like I'm gonna have to do that while I go through school, and I might have to live in my car for a little bit um until I can get through CDL training and get a job as a truck driver, save some money up. I talked with a public defender because my lawyer hasn't been answering his phones. He's been real busy and I don't got time. So I called the public defender's office and talked about pardoning and expungements. Some of my charges can't be expunged because I have to wait a certain amount of time. But I can get everything pardoned though. But the problem is that it takes 6 to 9 months for all that stuff to go through. But I'm hanging in there and I'm doing everything I can. I'm not giving up. I was depressed for a little bit, and I kind of felt hopeless. But I decided that nothing, nothing is gonna go good for me if I don't put in the work. God helps those who help themselves, right? Faith without works is dead. I can't just have faith that everything will be all right and then not do anything and just wait for a miracle to happen. But then again, I can't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. You know what I mean? So I just was giving y'all a little update. It's been a while since I talked to y'all. Haven't had I haven't had any storage space, so I haven't been able to make videos. I've taken a lot of videos down, a whole lot of them. A lot of the videos was teaching about the mark of the beast, the real mark of the beast, how to become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, and they were videos that kind of drew negative attention to myself from different authorities or agencies, etc. So I took a lot of those videos down. I'm not going to focus on that stuff for a while. I feel like if you study to show yourself approved, if you grab yourself some concordances, there's tools out there online where you can study the scriptures in different languages such as Latin, Greek, and Hebrew, and you can just click on words and they'll give you all the different definitions, right? One thing else that you need to for your studies is legal dictionaries, law dictionaries such as Black's Law Dictionaries, Valentine's, etc. I feel like the older the better, you know, because definitions, they're constantly changing definitions. And yeah, y'all can learn all this stuff yourself. Study trust law and all that other stuff. I mean, Jesus Christ is the surety of the New Testament. What does that mean? Figure out what that means. Look at your God-given rights. Your God-given rights, you can find the very first God-given right is mentioned in Genesis 1:26 through 29. We're supposed to have dominion over land. Basically, that means God made you trustee. You don't own the land, but you can control the land. Now, I don't have all the answers. I've learned a lot, and I was sharing what I learned, but it caused me a lot of problems, and it drew a negative attention and energy towards myself. So I'm kind of putting all that stuff on hold, and I'm just trying to get my life back together, y'all. But I love y'all. This is just an update, you know. Hope y'all have a blessed day and a good one. One love, peace, and fortitude. If I could figure out how to end this video.